Hello, creatures! Welcome to Bound by Words. My name is Madie. I am a freelance editor and fantasy writer. Here on this channel, we talk about writing, everything from writing vlogs, finding a community, writing tips and publishing tips, and bookish goodies. And today we're going to be in that latter category. We are doing a FairyLoot unboxing, and I have to say, I didn't think that I was really going to be doing unboxings regularly at all, but I've gotten so much good feedback on my last few unboxings. So today we are unboxing the December FairyLoot box. It came in this brown cardboard box, which is a little weird. They normally come in black FairyLoot boxes. I had messaged somebody and asked if that was normal or if it got damaged, but normally whenever things are damaged, there's a sticker on the outside that says repackaged by the UPS, and things are rattling in here. I shouldn't shake it so much. It's a little bit bigger of a box than I think it was supposed to come in. But today we are going to be opening the December box. I've heard so many good things in the last couple weeks on Instagram about this box. Some people are saying that it's the best box they've ever done. A lot of people are saying it's the prettiest book they own, and I have to say I'm skeptical. Mostly because FairyLoot has really exceeded all expectations when it comes to books and bookish goodies in the last few months. And some of the books that I have gotten, just from the way they look, it makes me excited to one day hold my own book in my hands. It's just, they're so pretty. So when I hear people say, this is the prettiest book I ever own, I doubt it. If you were subscribed in October, I don't think anybody can beat the October box. And as well as people saying that this is the best box they've ever done, in the last 3 to 4 boxes, I have gotten items that I absolutely love that I use day to day, like reusable straws and pen cases and tote bags and scarves and hair ties and things that aren't always expected from book boxes, like playing cards and puzzles and stuff like that. It's been really fun. So I'm really excited to get into this box and to see what's inside it. I did peek a little bit, a tiny bit. I don't really know what's inside it, but I was confused when I got this in the mail. I had no idea what it was. So I opened it up and everything's sort of loose in here. So we're just going to start taking things out. First is the spoiler card. So this month's theme is Thick as Thieves, and it's all about finding your own family and creating your own troop, and I absolutely love that. So the first item on the spoiler card, and it was on the top of the box, so I went ahead and grabbed it out, is a beanie that is inspired by The Hobbit, which is awesome because it's a book I really love. I also live in a really cold area. There's snow all over the ground outside. We keep having mini snowstorms where there's several inches of snow and then it melts over a few days and then it happens again. So warm winter gear is always welcome. I'm a little bit worried that this is going to be kind of big, but I think I could fold it over a little bit. Yeah, I could fold it over like that and it'll probably fit. So the next thing is the fourth and last secret book design. It says, perfect for storing all your trinkets and treasures, and it's inspired by a bunch of different fandoms with great friendships. Can you spot any of your favorites? Now, this is the fourth one they've done. I had 3 of them. They're always decorated in these, boxes where they're a little bit dramatic. The last one was, a hand that had, gems and moons and stuff hanging from it. These are really nice. My Kindle actually sits inside one, so I have my Kindle and my charger and one on the shelf. I also kept all of my collectible tarot cards that I get from FairyLoot in one of them in the shelf next to it. And they match on this side. They're similar patterns and they have similar volume scripts, but they're all different colors, and then all of the outsides are different colors. And then the inside of the volume is usually really decorated. It has quotes and character art and stuff like that. So here's one from The Hobbit. There's one from Gilded Wolves, Days of Blood and Starlight. Oh, a dream dirty and bruised is better than no dream at all. I really like Days of Blood and Starlight. I always find little quotes on bookish things like this really inspirational. So here's one from The Lies of Loch Lamora. There's no freedom quite like the freedom of being constantly underestimated. A darker shade of magic. Some people steal to stay alive and some steal to feel alive. Simple as that. They're just fun little reminders of sort of themes in your favorite book. I feel like we read books and we get so caught up in what's happening and the exchange between characters that sometimes we don't always catch those more impactful lines. So I love seeing other people's quotes. I used to annotate my books specifically with quotable lines like that whenever I was in high school. It's been quite a while since I did that, but I've been thinking about it a lot lately. So this is nice encouragement to start doing that again. So those were the things that were obviously on the top. I'm going to start pulling things out now without the spoiler card. And I have this nice little pouch. I love the way that they package things. Other than this weird brown box with no wrapping that came this time, normally things are really nicely packaged individually. And it's a sword. It's like a letter opener, like a metal. It's probably hard to see. And there are some symbols on it that I don't immediately recognize, so I'm going to check the spoiler card. Oh, it's the Damara's sword. I might be pronouncing that wrong, from Throne of Glass. And it has all the weird marks. So this is their artist interpretation of the weird marks from Throne of Glass. It is really shiny. It's like aggressively shiny. I don't actually have any kind of letter opening anything. I just rip letters open like a heathen. So that's an exciting tool that I'll keep in my desk and use. This is a perfect example of things that FairyLoot has included in book boxes that are both unique and exciting. I don't know if it's just because like I have my own house, but I'm constantly getting things that make me feel like I can sew little bits of bookish goodies and bookish fun into my life. I have decorations in my kitchen. I have salt and pepper shakers. I have self-care things like hairbrushes in my bathroom that all have bookish themes now. So I really like that a lot of the items tend to be really diverse like that. So this will sit in my desk and it'll be a little bit of bookish fun in my desk. So next we have the collectible tarot cards. It is the Queen and King of Swords, and it's from House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. I actually am guilty of not yet reading Crescent City. But these are the artwork for those of you who have read it and will recognize it. I was supposed to go to a signing of Crescent City where I was going to listen to Sarah J. Maas talk, and I was going to get a signed copy of her book and a bunch of merchandise, and she canceled it because of COVID, which is understandable. But the whole process of it getting canceled was really difficult and frustrating, and it sort of killed my enthusiasm to read the book. She didn't immediately refund us all for like going. She had to postpone it so the company wouldn't refund us until she like officially canceled it, and then she didn't give us the option to get the signed copies of her book or the merchandise from her book. We had to just buy the signed copies of the book if we wanted through, I think it was her website link that she sent us, but it would have taken 2 weeks to ship, and it was like right after the book had already come out. So I haven't yet gone back and read the books, but I do like this character art. I am meaning to eventually get to it. Out of the two, I have to say whoever this is probably my favorite. I really like the tattooing across his forehead. So yeah, so the next item is we have a memo pad. I love this. I use memo pads constantly. They're all the same. It's just that image. And I'm pretty sure I know what this is from, but I want to make sure before I say anything. Yes, Children of Blood and Bone. So the artwork on the notepad actually looks a lot like the artwork on the cover of that book. And I just wanted to make sure before I made claims, because I constantly get things in FairyLoot boxes from books that I haven't heard of, and I love that. That's one of my favorite things about getting boxes. This is almost one of those things that, like, I immediately want to sit it at my desk and start using it, but at the same time I want to preserve it and keep it forever, which is why I'm a hoarder. Okay, so the next thing that I see, it's right on top. I am so excited about this. I've been excited about this for months. It is the 2021 FairyLoot calendar. So I don't know if I'm going to recognize all of the artwork on the calendar, so I'm just going to read the books off of the spoiler card. So it's inspired by the Throne of Glass series, Darker Shade of Magic, The Gilded Wolves, Scythe, Percy Jackson, and The Dance of Thieves. I'm probably not going to recognize most of these, but I'm going to flip through them. I know these ones are from Scythe, just from the way they look. I didn't actually peek at all of them. Okay, that's the end. I wonder why there's just a blank page at the end. One thing I do really like about this calendar, is super random, is the week starts on Monday. Now, my work calendar at Starbucks also starts on a Monday, so I do a lot of my, like, bullet journal planning and everything starting on Mondays, so I really like that that's how this starts. I'm planning on, and I haven't made a solid plan for this yet, but I want to use this 2021 calendar as, like, my content creation calendar, where I can give myself deadlines for my own book and my own work, but also, like, for YouTube videos and posting on Instagram and stuff like that. I wasn't actually sure how big the calendar was, so I wasn't convinced if it's something I would want to use. But this is a nice, like, I can keep it in my desk size, and because it's, like, thinner and flexible, I don't have to worry about taking up so much space. But now that I'm looking at it more, there is a chance that I might actually hang it up behind my desk. It has, like, a circle to be hung up, and I think it's small enough that it's not really going to mess up with any of my decorations, so I might have to float around with the idea of where this would look good over there. So the last thing is the book bag, and that has brought to my attention that I'm actually missing something. So that makes me think that maybe the box was damaged and that the post office repackaged it. I don't really trust my post office, to be entirely honest. They very frequently have things marked out for delivery or delivered whenever they aren't being delivered. It's super weird. This is also going to be the second or third package in the last month that has had to be repacked. So I don't trust them very much. But I'm missing the art print from the Raven Cycle. It's a group of one of their favorite friendship crews. And I really want to know what that looks like. So if you have a FairyLoot box and you want to post it on your social media, feel free to tag me on Instagram at livingboundbywords so that I can see your art print and what it looks like. But I went ahead and I pulled out the two papers from the book sleeve. This is character art that goes with the book, and it has a handwritten letter from the author on the back. This is probably the longest handwritten letter we have gotten from an author. I absolutely love it. I think that there's something really powerful in just seeing their handwriting. It makes it feel a lot more personal of an experience. And then we have the fairy scoop. I did just go ahead and rip it open off camera because I'm always scared that I'm gonna tear it. So these are just 2-page spreads with interview questions that they ask the author, a little bit of information about the edition of the book on the bottom, and then the last page has next month's theme. So next month's theme is actually Greek mythology. It has a teaser for the book. It says it's a very highly anticipated release by a best-selling author, contemporary fantasy inspired by Greek mythology, high-octane tale of power, destiny, love, and redemption. It will have an exclusive cover, sprayed and stenciled edges, artwork on the reverse side of the dust jacket, foil embossing on the front and back of the case, and custom end papers with a printed signature. I sort of skimmed that, but I included the important parts. So if that's something that you want to see, Greek mythology box, I'm very excited about that. I'm not going to say it's my favorite, but Greek mythology has a lot of really, really good and interesting stories. So I'm going to take the book out now. And it's red, so I know I'm going to love it. So I have the back of the book, so we'll see the front together. This is really pretty. Oh my gosh. Master of One. 6 Fey relics, 1 daring thief, a score of a lifetime. And this is probably the biggest book that I think I've ever gotten from FairyLoot. The back says, "Welcome to the Queen City, a terrible place to live, an excellent place to die." How suspenseful. Oh, and I went to check for like art on the inside of the dust jacket, which there is, and I'll show you in a minute. But what I caught sight of is a map. I don't know, is this a map or just artwork? It looks like a map. Yeah, it's a map. I love maps in books. I don't know why. I do. It's something that I feel like really makes it stand out. I also like the end papers. I don't know if sometimes FairyLoot does custom end papers for like signature reasons. If it's not custom, I really like it. And when you take the dust jacket off, there is foil on the front, some pretty leaves. So this is just a really pretty book. And the font is just really nice. Sorry, it's hard to see with my light. Really pretty book without the dust jacket. And I read books without the dust jacket, so I absolutely love that. And then the art print. And I only caught half of it, but it looks really neat. I don't know what that creature is, but I absolutely love it. And this guy's, like, tattoo down his throat. Oh, I'm a big fan of that, too. But I'm actually, like, more excited to read this book than I think I normally am when I unpack books. So I love unpacking the books, and it's like a whole experience on its own to have pretty books. And some of the books I pull out and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a good book. But this is kind of a book that I pull out and my immediate thought is, I'm probably gonna read this next. Like, who knows? I caught a little bit of the author biography in the back, and it says that it was written by married co-authors. That's pretty impressive, honestly, to be able to share that with somebody that you're married with. Merry Christmas to me from FairyLoot. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you are here, and also post down in the comments below what your favorite item is. I don't know if I could pick a favorite item. I think picking the book is probably a cop-out answer, but I want to say the book. My second favorite thing might be that letter opener. That was kind of like a really neat little trinket. I also really liked the Throne of Glass series, so if I had to pick an item that wasn't the book, that would probably be it. But if you are a writer, make sure you hit the subscribe button so that we can grow and develop as creators together. I post writing-related videos twice a week, and we have some pretty exciting things coming with the new year on this channel.